Well, hello everybody. It's Tom, and we're back at it with a comic book haul. And as you can see, I'm way behind on shooting stuff. This group of books I picked up at Free Comic Book Day, which was the first Saturday in May, and we're into June now. The last video I shot, I wasn't happy with the last video that I made. Just because I didn't really enjoy my time at the East Coast Comic Con. I didn't feel that I did pretty well. But I'm glad I didn't spend a lot at the East Coast Comic Con, because I more than made up for it on Free Comic Book Day. I went to two shops on Free Comic Book Day, and one shop was having 50% off. The other one was having 50% off on half of their stuff and 25% off on some other things in their shop. But all in all, I did pretty well. I was very happy with the stuff I came away with. A lot of Silver Age stuff, a lot of cool things, some first appearances, some minor keys, things of that nature. These were the free comic books that I did grab from Free Comic Book Day. Street Fighter. I grabbed two of these Nightmare Before Christmas books because I'm just a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan. Every year there's a Simpsons offering, and what I do with my Free Comic Book Day books is I put them in my spinner rack, because these typically don't retain any value to them. So I just grabbed one of every other book. Sometimes there are flip books on these, but not this one. I haven't seen the Han Solo movie yet. I've heard good things, though, about it. This actually looks like a pretty cool cover for this SpongeBob Freestyle Funnies wraparound cover. So there's that. And then, of course, I'm glad I grabbed this one. There was an Amazing Spider-Man offering. I grabbed that. Avengers, Doctor Who. Every year there's a Doctor Who offering. Invader Zim, Adventure Time, and last, a anime style Pokemon. So those were the free comic books. Nothing super spectacular there. I probably won't read most of those, if any of them. I'll just show some of the books on the left first. These are some current books. Tarzan Red Sonja, Adam Hughes cover. Another Red Sonja cosplay. I like that. The Batman, Superman, Jim Lee cover. I thought that was badass. The Artgerm, Black Panther. And then Amazing Spider-Man $7.99 and $800. And I picked up the John Romita Sr. Variant to that. So I want to sit down and read those now, and hopefully it's a good read. I've heard good things about that as well. So the other day I was bored, before I show the books that I picked up on Free Comic Book Day, and I got to talking with Evan Leahy at the East Coast Comic Con, and we were talking about the Underworld comic. You know, we were talking about books that we were looking for, and I told him I was trying to pick that up. And then he also reminded me that there were mini comics that came out when the DVDs were released. So I went through my DVDs the other day, seeing if I had the comics, because I had the movies, and then I found some other mini comics that were in my DVDs, and I'm wondering if you guys at home, also have some mini comics that you've forgotten about in your movie collection. Movies you guys haven't watched in a long time, and I was surprised to find quite a few. Uncanny X-Men. I forgot. I think this came with the Days of Future Past release. It includes issue number 141 and 142. I did have the Underworld, and I did have the second issue from the second movie. And then I found this Fantastic Four mini comic in a Fantastic Four release. The New Frontier, chapters 1 and 2, came with that animated release. This Iron Man Walmart exclusive came with either Iron Man 1 or 2. It was a Walmart release. And then this was pretty cool. Animated Hellboy came with the Hellboy release. One of the animated Hellboy movies that came out. And last, when the first Spider-Man movie that came out after the Tobey Maguire stuff, the Lizard one, this mini comic was released by Walmart as well. I had this sitting in with my DVDs because it came with like a DVD. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm wondering if anybody else, like I said, at home's got some of these books sitting in their DVD library and they don't even know it. My local shop was also giving away at Free Comic Book Day these cool Venom posters. So I grabbed one of those. Okay. This is a book that I've been on the hunt for a while. I was hoping to stealth buy that at a flea market or get it on the cheap. Was not able to do so. Finally was able to get it 25% off. Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, number 32. Getting closer to finishing my run. But I wanted this even before the Netflix stuff because I like Heroes for Hire. And this has got the first appearance of the Daughters of the Dragon. The issue before that has like a full page preview as well. So if you're a completionist, you want to get issue number 31 as well. Avengers, number 81. So these were all mostly 50% off. All the Zap books were 50% off. So I got this for $5. Tales to Astonish. This was actually $10. Number 58. I bought it because it was really nice condition. I didn't have many Tales to Astonish books. Plus, it's got the Wasp in there as well. Got that from my local Main Street Comics. My only regret from Free Comic Book Day is I didn't get any Spider-Man books from my run except for this one. Between the two stops that I went to, Zap didn't have any Spider-Mans that I needed, and my local got there too late. He had a bunch of Silver Age Spider-Mans in his bins, but by the time I got there, they were all gone. But I needed this issue, 159. Got that for $2.50. I've always wanted this Adam Hughes cover, A-Force number 1. Got that for $2. An Adam Hughes Catwoman that I did not have. It's got a lot going on. It's got the Joker, Harley, Ivy, Two-Face, Mr. Freeze. Got that for $3. I didn't notice it at the time, but I don't care. We're off center here. This is the Mexican variant for the J. Scott Campbell Magic cover. I don't remember what issue it came from, but I've always liked this cover. I don't care if it's the Mexican or the regular issue because, I buy it for the cover anyway. And for $15, there was no way I was going to pass up on that. I got this for $1. There was a lot of hype around this book, around the release of the Avengers movie. It's got the first appearance of the leader of the dwarves that helps him, reforge his hammer. So I found 2 copies of this. I was very surprised to find them, actually. Normally when there's like a spec book, I never find it like that. The Gotham City Sirens detective book, like that sort of thing. So I was glad to find that. This is actually a potential spec book. You don't know how the rest of the Thor movies are going to go. But Journey into Mystery 120, this is where Thor reforms Mjolnir in the comics. It's got that for $10. It's also got the Absorbing Man on the cover, one of my favorite villains. Like purple covers as well. I think one day I might do a video with all my purple covers just for fun. Avengers number 45, got that for 10. Made a nice little dent in my Avengers run. Avengers number 61. Avengers number 66. Also got that for 5. Avengers 77, got that for 6. Also got this ring at Free Comic Book Day, one of the lantern rings. I'm not up on my Green Lanterns. I'm assuming it's some sort of lantern ring. Avengers 82. Tales to Astonish number 81. I got this for $4. First appearance of Lando Calrissian in comics. Star Wars number 43. This was a key issue here. Strange Tales number 138. First appearance of oh God, I forgot. It'll come back to me by the time the video's over, more than likely. One of the cosmic beings. It'll come back to me, but if you look it up, you'll see it's a first appearance. Tales of Suspense number 80. Nice Red Skull cover. And some more Thor here. I got Thor number 151. Nice copy of 154, first appearance of Mangog. 161, it's got Ego and Galactus on the cover. Tales to Astonish number 82. 750, I can't pass this up. This is a book that I've been looking for a little while. Hope to upgrade it eventually. Strange Tales number 157. Significance of this book, it's the first appearance of the Living Tribunal. Thor number 202. Got this for $2. I was glad to grab this. It's a little dingy. I don't know if a cleaning could help it, but it's the first appearance of Ego Prime. This was a cool grab as well. Got that for 25% off the sticker price. Has the centerfold. I didn't know there was a centerfold to be worried about until I messaged somebody about the book, and my heart sank, but luckily it's there. Action Comics number 340, first appearance of Parasite. You would think he's going to find his way into the movies, since most of Superman's villains I find are boring. Just because Superman's power set is just so off the charts. This could be a character that you could see in the movies, since they're, he can absorb Superman's powers. And it says it right there about a pinup, so I'm just an idiot. Tales of Suspense number 74. And just 3 books left. I picked my when I went to go pick up when I went to the local shop. He had some books on hold for me, and I haven't seen many people show this book in their videos. I'm sure people grabbed it, but it's the Steve Rude cover for Action Comics number 1000. It's the only one I really liked. On Free Comic Book Day, I also try to find a Golden Age book to add to the collection, and I got lucky. I did find one. My shop had this book for a while. I was looking at it. He had it on his wall, and then he eventually took it down off his wall, which I thought somebody had bought it, but it was in his bins, his back issue bins, and I got it for 50% off. Aces High number 1, EC Comics book, pre-code book. Anytime I can buy a Golden Age book for under $20 in respectable grade, I mean, that's a win-win for me. One last book. It's a book of a very underrated character, in my opinion, first appearance. It's a book that I've been looking for a while. I first found out about this character in the 80s when I was reading Secret Wars. I thought he was an interesting character in that. And I actually never heard of him before then. But, you know, as the internet came about, then I found out when his first appearance was. And I've seen, you know, other listings for this book on eBay and Instagram. But Zap had it for $120. So I got it for 50% off, which is $60. I actually passed up on a $50 copy of this book at East Coast Comic Con that was not as good as this book, but it wasn't as bad. It wasn't horrible, I should say. But I'm glad I held out and grabbed this higher grade copy. I think $120, I think that's a little steep for this book. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just out of touch with what the market is, because every time I find out about how much a book goes for, I'm still amazed by it. But I'm glad to have it. It's going to find its way up onto the wall shortly in my collection. I've got to rearrange my wall book display. I want to make it bigger somehow. I do have a lot of other books to show. I picked up, you know, a major grail for my collection. It was off of my top 10 list from 2017, but I'll show that in another video because I don't know how frequently my hauls will be coming. I sold some books on Instagram recently. I want to thank everybody who bought some books from me on Instagram. I have some more for sale on Instagram. I'll be posting more. I was saving for a big book, and I kind of backed away from that book. It was a Planet Comics. The seller wanted $375 for it. He went down to $330, but I still thought that was a lot to spend for a book that was not slabbed and it's not a major key. But I love the cover. I think what also scared me away is I saw a couple sell on eBay that were not as good, but not horrible either, that went for less than $200. So maybe I'll just keep watching that way to see if I could pick up that book. Maybe I'll use that $300 that I've accumulated so far selling books towards a Golden Age Superman, Batman, or Wonder Woman book. I should be able to get a decent one for that money. But then again, the market's crazy. My local shop guy had a Captain America comics that was really rough, and somebody paid him $800 for it. So it's just it's a seller's market, that's for sure. If you've got some great books, now's the time to sell them, because people are paying top dollar for stuff. I don't know how long it will continue for. I don't know what to root for. I'd like some of the price on some of these things to come down a bit. But my Instagram channel, it's if you have Instagram, it's Tom Ryan 212121. So you could follow me on Instagram, and I do have a few books still available, including the first Crow in comics. It's a lower grade copy. It's got some condition issues on the back, but there's pictures of it up on Instagram, and I have some other things there. And I hit 1,500 subscribers very recently, so thank you so much, everybody who watches and still watches, as I don't pump out videos as frequently as I used to. I hope to remedy that over the summer months and fall months as I'm out buying more books. And my next con that I go to will be out in Baltimore, so I hope to do well there. And like I said, I have another half a short box of books to show, including some slabs. Actually, I've been dipping into the slab game, including a really super nice Golden Age slab, which I'll show that in the next video. So that's a little teaser, I guess. But again, I'm at 19 minutes now. I'm going to try to keep it short. But thanks again so much, and we'll see everybody soon. Take care.